morning to you all. Welcome to the first lecture of Financial Management paper of ACCA. I hope all of you are doing well. We're going to be starting with a quick round of introduction about ourselves. I'll start with mine. Just give me 1 second. All right. So I am Anushka Jain, your mentor and tutor for the financial management paper. I am a chartered accountant and I am an ACCA affiliate. I qualified as a chartered accountant in 2017, and post which I took up a job with Coca-Cola in Bangalore. And it was during this time that I realized that, I want to study more. I wanted to gain exposure in the international finance domain. So in 2019, I took up the course of ACCA, right? And then my first paper was Advanced Financial Management. So being a CA, I had exemptions in 9 out of the 13 papers. So I was eligible to appear at the strategic professional level directly. So I appeared for the AFM paper, and in June 2019, I got world rank 2. And of course, it was an all India rank 1. So that is how my journey began. It was a blast, got a lot of recognition. And then next attempt, I appeared for SBL, that is Strategic Business Leadership, and Strategic Business Reporting, SBR. I gave 2 papers in the next attempt, which also I qualified. And then December, I gave Advanced Performance Management, APM. So that also I qualified. So 2017, I qualified all the CA final papers in the first attempt. And then it was in 2019 that I qualified all the ACCA papers in the first attempt. So by the end of 2019, year end, I was a CA and an ACCA. And in the middle of this, I, met Vinod Gupta sir. And that was during my, felicitation for getting a world rank. And it was during this time we discussed upon the coaching aspect, because I had always been a very passionate teacher. Before ACCA, I was teaching CA students. So at that time, we discussed about the coaching of ACCA students for VGLD. And in 2020, I began my journey. The first paper I took up for coaching was also AFM, the Strategic Professional paper. And during the next, it has been now for almost 5 years now that I've been teaching, and I'm teaching students for AFM, APM, PM, FM, and it's been a great journey. A lot of students have got world rank. In fact, just 2 to 3 attempts back, one of the students got world rank 1 in the Advanced Financial Management paper. Well, a lot of world ranks have come in. Luckily, the students have performed, exceptionally well. And I have always, supported the students in whatever ways possible. So rest assured that you are in the safe hands, and every concept that is there in the syllabus would be covered. And we might also cover a lot of things just for your corporate practical experience. So it's going to be a very interesting journey. So I was mentioning about my corporate experience also. So I first started working with Coca-Cola, and then I moved on to Flipkart, might also be the name. So Flipkart, again, then it was in Bangalore. And at that time, I was handling the fintech business of Flipkart. Post which, so fintech, just to tell you, it's a very niche profile, a very new profile with all these, new businesses like credit cards, co-branded cards, basically. so which Flipkart has with Axis Bank. Then bank offers. So whenever you shop, you get some bank offers, right? At the back end, it's the finance team which configures, which finds out what the burn share would be for, let's say, bank, Flipkart. All of these discussions that comes under the finance profile of fintech. Then the insurtech piece. All of these combined, the fintech portion. Then post that, I moved on to Pernod Ricard India. So Pernod Ricard India is the second largest manufacturer of liquor in the world. You may know it by brands like Royal Stag, Imperial Blue. So I'm currently the head of finance for Northeast in India. So, these states of like Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal, Tripura. So I'm handling the finance for all of these. And it's been a great journey. I have also been quite interested in creating, videos for the students. So I made up my YouTube channel as well. But currently, I've not been very active. But yes, I've always been, trying to be close to the students to address their concerns. So I created this channel, see Anushka Jain. So, I've always been that studious girl who got ranks. And, in fact, in class 12 also, I got all Assam rank one. So I'm based out of Guwahati. So I did my class 10, 12 from Guwahati. So I got all Assam rank one in Guwahati in the commerce stream. And I got the opportunity to visit the United States of America, USA, for a 12-day educational trip. So it's been a good journey. And I think being hardworking, being, that diligent in the studies and in the work always pays off. You get the rewards sooner or later. So it's all about being engaged with the work, whatever you're doing, whether you're studying or whether you're working in a working. So it is all about being consistent and being hardworking and trusting that yes, my efforts will pay off. So on that note, we are commencing the financial management batch today for the December 24 attempt. A lot of you might have been my students in the past, considering I've been associated with teaching for many years now. So what we would do right now is to begin with an introduction about you all. Okay. So you can mention your name I can see, but still your name, your city, your qualification. If you have done any course, like if you're pursuing CA, if you're pursuing BCom, any course that you're pursuing, and different anything else that you want to share. If you have been my past student, please mention that. I would want to know. Somehow I just recognize by the names, but it would be nice to hear from you as well. So let's please start with your introduction. You can use the chat box functionality to message in your introductions. Everyone, please take the honors. When this from Delhi, pursuing BCom. Okay. Everyone, please mention your complete introduction so that I can know about you. The intent is to understand your diverse background, whether you have done any ACCA paper in the past, Like, is it your first paper? If you've done any paper in the past, please mention that also. Pratyaksh is from Delhi pursuing BCom. Lakshmi is from Noida, right? What are you currently doing? And please mention all of that. Tanushree, okay, yes. So she couldn't appear for the June 24 attempt for which she had taken the classes. Perfect. Okay, no worries. Divya is from Delhi, completed BCom last year and now pursuing MCom, and it's the first exam, first ACCA paper. All right. Shabaz is from Delhi. Oh, you were there in the BT paper group. Nice. So BT business technology paper I took once, and I guess it was in 2022. So Shabaz has been there. Nice. Kanika is working in Genpact's second paper. All right. Keshav pursuing BCom. So I see a lot of first timers are there, who are appearing for ECC papers for the first time. Divyam is from Haryana pursuing BCom honor second year. Khushi pursuing BCom from the University. Cleared CA foundation, but later I found my interest in ACCA and now I'm here. Welcome to ACCA. I'm sure your journey is going to be great. ACCA is an amazing course, and I'll come to that. How it is practically, aligned with the practical world. We'll be discussing that, and you'll gradually realize that as well. So, good choice. Dhairya is from Karnal, pursuing BCom. Okay. Aryan is quite experienced. Seventh paper. So, you have come from the knowledge level, Aryan? You have, perfect. Sahil is from Chandigarh, given FR exam only, completed MBA and currently working in finance and accounts. Okay, so we have Sahil who is working in finance and accounts currently. Okay. So diverse batch. Jisman is from Punjab, pursuing BCom. FM will be the first paper. Okay. That's nice to hear. So what my strategy is going to be is that I'll treat all of you as being the first timers, as if you don't know anything. Okay, so we'll cover everything you need to know for being ready for the exam. Okay, so you'll get all the guidance that you need. And we'll be also looking at how papers will look like, because all of you must be knowing that it is going to be a computer-based exam, right? So you might have written just pen and paper exams so far in your BCom, MCom, MBA journey, right? But now this time, ACCA, however, it conducts computer-based exams, so you need to be well prepared for that, and that's what you will learn during the classes also. Perfect. So very nice to hear from you all. We're going to start off now. We'll move to the next slide now. So the overall aim of the syllabus is to develop the skills. If you were a finance manager, how would you be, dealing with the matters in your organization? That is the aim of the syllabus. FM takes roots from the management accounting paper of knowledge level. A lot of you are coming directly to the skills level through exemptions, but those of you who have attempted the knowledge level will know about this paper. So it takes roots from there. So will be a lot of assumed knowledge, which is expected that, you are here at the FM level, so you know a few concepts. But I'll still endeavor to break down all such assumed knowledge also in the class, so that you don't worry that I've come from the exemption road, I don't know this or that. I will cover anything and everything that is expected out of you at this level. Okay. And FM lays down the foundation for the AFM paper at the strategic professional level. Right? So once we are done with the FM level and all of your skill level papers are done, you're going to be at the AFM level. And it will be an advanced version of what you would be learning in the classes. And I'm telling you one thing, if you are thorough with the FM paper, your 60%, 50 to 60%, I would say, battle of AFM is won. If you're thorough with FM, assuring you so many topics are common as it is. For example, investment appraisal, the big ones actually, the investment appraisal topic, the, hedging topic, interest rate hedging, currency hedging, all of these topics are as it is put in the AFM level. Of course, the level of questions become a little, difficult, but at least conceptually, you'll become so strong that, all of those, only the, changes or the difficult points only you'll have to understand freshly at the AFM level. So make sure you are very thorough with the FM paper. You're gonna, what I just need from you is your hard work and dedication. Be regular to the classes. Okay. Because when you are regular to the classes, you are able to, draw that chain in the mind. You are able to connect the dots. If you are irregular, you join in one class, you don't come in the next class, it becomes a little difficult to follow. So as far as possible, please be regular and please do attend the live classes. You get the opportunity to get your doubts cleared immediately. And, any type of concern that you have, any, discussion what you have, because I keep the classes very interactive. Those of you who have studied from me will be able to reciprocate to it well. That, I keep it like a two-way discussion. It's not just I am teaching you and you just have to, sit down, lay back and listen. It's not like that. I want all of you to be participative, to share your knowledge. If I'm discussing a particular topic and you have an example to share that, from the real world events. So you're, open, you're free to share that. And it helps all of us, to gain further knowledge because, and in fact, I've had such amazing students in the past also, it just makes the class go very smooth. I don't even realize, like 2.5 hours have passed. So that is what the expectation from you also would be, that you are participative. That's the only requirement which I want, is that you be hardworking. Just please follow the guidance which I share in the class. It's all from experience, and I'm sure you will pass the exam if you're, following it properly. And practice the questions, whichever we will be, giving us homework. So just be there and don't stress much that it's going to be a difficult paper, easy paper. Just relax, because everything I'm telling you will be covered in the class. But what you need to do is, be alert, be hardworking, right? But you don't need to stress. You will be definitely understanding all the topics and definitely clearing the paper. All right. So applied skills or the skills levels, they are all, computer-based exams. So you might have to go for a center-based exam, or you may be going for a remote exam. My recommendation would be to go for center-based exam. Just 1 second. So my recommendation would be to go for center-based exam. The reason being, when you are at the center, you are at the responsibility of the center in charge. Okay. Be it the internet connection, be it the computers, it is all the responsibility of the center to provide you that, having an uninterrupted power supply, electricity, and internet, that it's really important that uh, get at least free of all of this stress on the exam day. Because when you are at home, then you have to be like very careful that the internet connection is there, that there is no sort of interference in the room where you're sitting. Because ACCA is very strict with invigilation. If they find any sort of, a non-compliance, they must just disqualify your exam. So be careful, make a good choice. If center-based exam is possible, then go for it. Otherwise, there is no harm. Just be careful when you're going for it. Make sure that you have a proper internet connection, because a lot of times the students, even for the last attempt, in September 24, a lot of students then reached out to me, ma'am, that I was not able to connect. My exam screen was closing down abruptly throughout. So any type of error could come, But then when you are at the center, there would be someone who will be supporting you, assisting you on a real-time basis. Of course, remote exams also you get the support, but then, it's what I've understood from the students also, it is much more soothier to be at the center and getting it resolved from the in charge, the invigilator, right? So make your choice. No hard and fast that you have to go for a center-based exam. If you are comfortable with remote exams also, that is giving the exam from the comfort of your homes, then that is also fine. If you want to go for center-based exam, that is also fine. Make your choice as per your convenience. So next is approach to examining the syllabus. So here it will be a 3-hour exam. Marks is 100 and pass mark is 50%. Okay, and all questions in the exam are compulsory. Okay, all questions are compulsory. That means there will be no choice in the options. Or, it won't be like you may answer this question or that question. Every question that is appearing in the exam will be a compulsory question. Okay. You will be expected to demonstrate a broad knowledge of the syllabus topics and an ability to apply your knowledge and understanding the subject to answer numerical and discussion-based question. I understand that all of you would be thinking that FM, financial management, is a practical paper, so we only need to do numerical calculations. Please do not carry that understanding. Yes, it is a practical paper, but there are also theory topics in it. Okay, and there are questions. So mostly you will find a split like a 50-50 type of a split, or like a 60-40, 60 being practical type of a split for the exam. So you have to be strong in theory also for passing the exam. So it's that important. So while we discuss the theory topics, beware, be alert, and try to understand the theory topics also. But one thing, let me be very clear, it's not expected that you cram up the topics, because they won't ask you like define this or define that. They are not testing your memory power. They are testing your skills to apply the knowledge. So if a particular scenario is given and you are, you have to apply a particular model, then you have to, show that skill. It's not about you repeating what the textbook definition of that model is. It's all about how you are able to apply it to that particular scenario. Khushi has a concern. I'm just reading out a message. I've heard that many centers' computers are too slow and sometimes the keyboard or mouse stops working randomly. If something like this happens and due to that someone gets less for the exam, then they will give us more time, or we have to accept the fate. If you are facing any such issue, you should highlight it to the invigilator immediately. And if you feel that a substantial amount of time has lapsed, so please raise that concern to ACCA team also. Okay, it's not like you have to accept fate or something. You will get necessary assistance. Just first highlight it to the invigilator. If it is getting solved, if it's like a 2 to 3 minute thing, if it gets solved, fine. But if it doesn't, then laptop, keyboard being slow, mouse being slow. See, all of these are, I guess, situational. Some students, it could be like a scenario, it could have arisen, I'm not denying, but slow and fast definition, no one can actually comment on. For something for which what is slow for me may be fast for someone else. So have that expectation in mind that at least the basic things will be sorted. And slow or fast in the way you should highlight if you're facing. So, for example, I'll tell you, if one of the keys is not pressing, then that's a serious problem. Let's say your T key, first alphabet T is not working, then that's a serious problem. But slow or fast, I don't know. Mostly it is about the internet and the keyboard. I agree. Sometimes there could be issues, but highlight it to the team. If it gets resolved, fine. Otherwise, you should write to ACCA highlighting that I faced all of these issues, that I want you to consider me for a next attempt, or for a different attempt. Maybe then they will provide you some other way to attempt the exam before the next attempt, which could be the quarterly attempt, or before that they might organize something. But then rest assured that will be very, very limited cases. If you're talking about a universe of 100, that could be around, let us say, 5 to 7% cases, and that too I'm saying on a very higher side only. It's not most of the students, they find a smooth sail when it comes to the center-based exams. But again, as I told you, if you feel, see, because most of the big city centers, they are actually good. But if you feel that you are comfortable being at home and you are complying with all the expectations which is there of the ACCA when you're taking a remote exam, if you're able to comply with that, go for it. In fact, you save time on travel also. So make a judicious choice. Whatever fits you is the best. What I have perceived over the years is that students find more comfort in the center-based exams, considering an invigilator is there. Right? Okay. So coming back, so I was telling you that you do not have to cram up the definitions. It's all about applying those, knowledge bits to the scenario and answering properly as if you are a finance manager. So please, from day one itself, put yourself in the shoes of a finance manager, and then approach the question. Because a finance manager will not be asked, okay, you tell me the definition of this and that. That's not how work, goes. So you have to have an open mind as if you are a finance manager. How would you be dealing with a particular situation? The balance of the exam is, see, I told you now, the balance of the exam will be approximately 50-50 in terms of the number of marks available for discussion, that is theory, and the number of marks available for numerical calculations, that is practical. So from day one itself, be very clear that it's not just practical that you have to learn in the class, but also the theory aspects. If anyone of you have any doubt now, please just write it in the chat box. I'll take it up. Don't feel shy that my doubt is silly and I should be knowing this. You're not expected to know anything in my class. Come with a blank slate. Some basic Excel is expected that you know the, basic Excel. That is a prerequisite. And when I say basic, it's like simple reading the data into Excel, doing some arithmetical calculations. So just that is expectation. Otherwise, come with a clean slate. That even if you don't know anything, it's fine. Just ask me, pause me wherever you feel you have a doubt. Now, this is a very, very important screen. This is to tell you how the exam paper is going to look like. So exam paper, as I told you, it's of 100 marks. Time is 3 hours. So there are 3 sections, section A, B, and C. Section A and B are objective test questions. Please be careful. This is not MCQ question. It's not multiple choice question. These are objective test question, meaning to say that you do not have to write descriptive answers over here. It could be like a one-word answer, or it could be selecting multiple options, selecting one option. There is something like that. Different varieties will be there. I'll show you today itself how your paper is going to look like, so that you know what you are preparing for. So section A and B, these are objective test questions, and section C is constructed response question. Okay, so here this question will be a descriptive one where you have to write subjectively what your expectation is from the answer question. So you have to write full-fledged, theory discussion. You have to write full-fledged calculations also if it is a numerical question. Because any type of question can come in section C. It's not necessarily going to be theory or practical. It could be a mix. But whatever it is, you have to write the complete solution. Whereas in section A and B, the way you are solving doesn't matter. Only your final answer matters. Okay. So there are two types, basically objective test and constructed response. Section A and B are objective tests and section C is constructed response. Now there are total 15 questions. There are 15 questions in the section A. Section B has got 3 questions and section C has got 2 questions. Now coming to section A, each of these 15 questions, I'll come to that. So in section A, each of the 15 questions will carry 2 marks each, okay? So that makes it 15 into 2, 30 marks. In section B, each of these 3 questions will have a case scenario, okay? They will give you a scenario and there will be 5 questions per scenario. Okay, I hope you're understanding. There will be 3 questions. Okay, each of these questions will have 5 sub-questions. And be careful, section B will give you a case study. So these 5 sub-questions will be based on that case study. Okay, and these 5 questions also will be of 2 marks each. So that makes it 3 into 10, 30 marks. Now, be careful that these section A and B are marked by a computer. They are marked by a computer. So you have to be either right or wrong. There is nothing in between. You do not get any step marks in section A or B. Step marks would be available in section C. We'll come to that because it is marked by a human. A person would be sitting and marking answers. Giving you marks. So, section A and B, you are either right or wrong because it will be checked by a computer. Computer doesn't understand anything in between. For it is either, right or wrong. So, section B also, 2 mark questions there will be. And, 3 questions, 3 scenarios would be there. Total 10 marks per scenario. Yes, to answer your question, Tanushree. So basically, Tanushree had taken the June 24 classes and book also, it might be of June 2024. You can follow it. There are no changes to the syllabus. So rest assured, there are no changes. You can follow it. While discussing in the class, the question numbering might be different. So if you raise a particular doubt, let's say, then the question numbering might be different. But otherwise, the syllabus, it is completely same. Okay. All right. So there are 3 questions, 10 marks each, total 30. Now comes constructed response questions. Here, as I told you, you have to write descriptive answers. Ma'am, 2 questions, each one of 20 marks. That means one question will be carrying 20 marks. No, it's not like that. So section C questions also, they have sub questions. Like section B was having, each question was having 5 sub questions now. In section C also, there will be sub questions. Okay. But it is not specified as to how many sub questions would be there. Would there be 4 sub questions? Would there be 2 sub questions? It is open-ended. So yes, total marks would be 20 and this is also scenario based. So here you will be getting 2 scenarios. So total in exam, you get 5 scenarios. Okay. So this one also will be scenario based. Each of these questions will be carrying 20 marks and those scenario will have multiple sub questions. There could be 3 questions, let's say one question of 6 marks, one question of 4 marks, another one of 10 marks. It could be any split, nothing is specified. So that makes up total 40 marks and total of 100 marks. 30, 30, 40, total becomes 100. Okay. So section C questions, they focus mainly on chapters 3 to 15, but a minority of the marks can be drawn from any other area of the syllabus also. Okay. So total, we are going to be studying 15 chapters. So section C questions, they mostly come from chapters 3 to 15. Chapter 1 and 2 are pure, like the foundation stones, a lot of theory we'll be discussing. So chapter 1 and 2, not, see, there would be questions in section A also, section B also, but section C, the focus area mostly is around chapter 3 to 15. Please tell me the slide in front of you if it is 100% clear, anything that you don't understand, just let me know. If it is good to go ahead, then just message me yes, and then we move ahead. Everything clear? All right. Perfect. So then let's move ahead. So with that, the introduction part is over. But now I have to show you a few things which will be important for you to know. Let me open it up. I would want all of you to do these steps along with me. Please open your browser. It could be Google Chrome, Mozilla, whatever you are using. So just type in ACCA practice platform. Please type this ACCA practice platform. Let me know when you are done. Excluding the sponsored link, the first link is this, which you would see, past exams and question practice. Please click on this one. Please follow the steps along with me, okay? So you have to go to the browser, type in ACCA practice platform, then click the first link from accaglobal.com, okay? And then you click on login to the practice platform. So then it will ask you your user ID and password. Have all of you got your user ID password to ACCA? Have you created your My ACCA account? Yes. So please log in using your ACCA credentials. And please confirm if all of you have landed on this particular screen. Yeah. Now, if you just scroll down towards the right, you will see financial management written over here. Just click on it. Then click on ACCA official resources. And then click on practice exams. And then you will be seeing this FM pre-September 24 mock exam. I've already assigned it. So for me, it is showing unassigned. You will be seeing an assign button next to it. Just please click on assign. FM pre-September 24 mock exam. Please assign it to yourself. Okay, and then you will see a tab opening up over here. So I have multiple papers open, so it's showing many tabs. But for you, if it's for the first time that you're accessing this platform, you will see only one tab opening. Okay. So click on that. Any tab which has opened up newly, just click on that and you will see this FM3 September 24 mock exam will start showing on the left hand side now. Okay. So you have to click on start. Click on start. Okay. So the screen will open up. You may keep pressing next, 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 next. And then this will come up. So after you press assign now, a tab will open towards the left hand side. Just see a tab, a folder like button would have come up, a long strip would have come up, a white strip. Click on that white strip. Then if you just go one level down, you will see FM 3 September 2024 mock exam written. Click on start. Let me know if you're able to get it. Otherwise, I'll just go back and show it to you once again. Give it a try. If you're not done now, just let me know. I'll show it to you again. Done? Tanushree, what about you? Were you able to come to the screen? Oh, you're using mobile. Can you log in using your laptop? I think on the laptop it should be showing. I've not accessed it on my phone ever. So, not sure. Well, it should be fine on the laptop. Can you access using your laptop now? Maybe you just have to, zoom out and then see. Okay, you'll be able to see it. If you face any challenge, just let me know in the next class. I'll take it up. And if you're able to access it now only on the laptop, then well and good. Just try it now. And it's working in mobile. So Shabaz has confirmed that it is working on mobiles also. I think you'll have to zoom out. Or what you can do is, if you're using Chrome on your mobile, on the right side, three dots, click on that and click on open in desktop site. So then you will be able to see the same site which you are seeing over here. Just have to click on the three dots and click on open in desktop version or desktop site, something like that you will be able to see. Okay, let me just go back, sure. I'll do one more thing. Just make this a bookmark. You'll be needing it a lot later also. So just bookmark it for future. You may just press the star button here and it will get bookmarked. Just to show you again, what I've done is, Bhanu and Tanushree, just please try it. Click on the financial management paper, then go to ACCA official resources. Then you click on practice exams. And then you assign yourself this paper, FM pre-September 24 mock exam. Assign this to yourself. And when you do it, this type of a tab will open up towards the left. If you're using on mobile, please open up the desktop version using the three dots on the right side. So click on this, this tab would have opened up pre-September 2024 mock exams. Then if you click on it, you will be seeing this. FM pre-September 24 mock exam, whatever you have assigned just now, you'll be able to see it here. And a start button will be showing to you. I had already started it, so it's showing resume to me. For you, it will be showing as start. Just please see if you're all able to, see it now. Done? Bhanu, what about you? Please let me know if you're done. Or else if you want me to repeat any step, just let me know. Not done? Should I wait? Is it done? So just have to click on start now. You'll be able to see a start button here towards the left. Just click on start. Okay. And when you do that, you'll be seeing some screens. You just have to keep clicking next, 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 and next. Okay, until you reach this particular screen. See, I was telling you, section A has got 15 questions, 2 marks each, total 30 marks. So you know it now, right? So you have to click on next. Now see, what the intent to show you is, the intent of me showing you the paper is to tell you how the question paper is going to look like. So you might know 99% of the topics which are being tested over here. But the intent is just so you understand what type of questions come so that you are prepared. Okay. So if you see here, it's a simple true and false type of a question. They give you 2 statements and then you have to select which option, statement 1, true, true, then statement 1, 2, false, true, true, false, false, false. Whichever is the right option, you have to select that. Okay, I'm not commenting on the statements. I'm just showing you the type of questions. Okay, then you click on next. Then again, this is, you have to select. So go for September 1. September. Bhanu, please click on September attempt, the third one. Practice exam 1, practice exam 2, and then the September 2024 mock. Assign yourselves that. Okay. Just see if you're able to assign and start the paper. Rest, you can see my screen. Because then you will be able to open these questions. Done now? Okay. So if you're all able to reach the screen, then it is fine. Then you can start looking at my screen. I'm just showing you how the question paper is going to look like. But most of the students, they don't know how to assign papers only. So that was my intent, so that you do it along with me. Any question you want to practice on the platform, these will be the same steps. Okay. You've not got your ACC account. When are you attempting the paper, Mohit? In December or in March 25? December. You would be in touch with someone from the admin team, like Sandeep and all. So please tell the admin manager that you need your ACCA login credentials. Anyways, they'll provide on their own only. So might be during this week if you have registered freshly. So they would be providing it to you in this week. Anyone who has not got the ACCA login credentials, please don't worry. You all will get it. Just reach out to the admin manager and then they will support you with that. Okay. So, just look at this. Which two of the following? Two of the following. You don't have to select one option. Okay, no. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 2 statements which you have to select as being part of the fiscal policy of the government. Right? I'll discuss. Just hold on. First, let's look at the question types and I will discuss all the features that are there on the platform. So this is again one type of a question. Then this is classification based. So basically you just have to drag and drop. So like repo agreement, see the type of questions. Repo agreement is, let's say, discount. I'm randomly doing a forward rate agreements are derivatives. Then treasury bills are discount instruments. So like that, I have to drag and drop. It's not an MCQ question. It's drag and drop. You should be knowing that these types of questions can come. Now just look at this. Calculate the expected total shareholder return for the year ended this to the 1 decimal place. So your answer has to be correct up to 1 decimal place. So for example, it is 56.5. Okay. So if I write 56.54 and I click on next, what does it say? The input does not match the expected format. So you have to write up to 1 decimal place. So, let's say it is 56.5. Click on next. So you have to enter the numbers also. So you have to do calculations in the backend. It's just that your calculations don't get submitted to the examiner. Now, one more advantage I would say of a center-based exam is that they give you a rough sheet. You get a physical rough sheet in the center-based exam, which you do not get in the remote-based exam. You're not allowed to keep any paper on your desk in a remote-based exam, whereas in the center-based exam, they will give you a rough sheet which you can use for calculations. Yes, they will warn you. They will warn you, Govind. If you missed the number of decimal places like this, the warning which I got here, the same warning I'll get in exam also. Okay. Now, one more thing, please be careful. I'll be coming to it. Ma'am, how do I do the calculations then? Let's say you are appearing for a remote-based exam. How and where do I do the calculations? There are two options. Whichever you find suitable, you can do that. So one thing is you have a scratch pad here. You have a scratch pad here. No. The rough sheet, if you're talking about the physical paper, I think they take it. I'm not very sure, but it doesn't get submitted to ACCA, that's for sure. Invigilator might just collect it and dump it, or they might just ask you to take it along with you, but it doesn't get submitted to the examiner for sure. Okay. So, this scratch pad functionality is there on the platform where you can do your rough calculations. Or if you want to write down anything, you can do it over here. Okay. You are allowed to carry a calculator to both remote exam also and to center exam also. Calculator is allowed. Okay, so Aryan is confirming because Aryan has done a lot of exams. So he's confirming that it has to be submitted after the exam, but it doesn't go to the examiner. What they will do is they'll collect it and then they will only dump it. Okay. All right. Yes, so scratch pad is there for scribbling down your calculations. So if it is like a multi-step calculation, then you might be have to write down some numbers now. So you can use this scratch pad functionality, very basic, whatever you want to write, you can write it and just, keep it here. You don't have to delete anything. It will not get submitted. Or you can take the rough sheets if you're going for a center-based exam. So coming to the calculator, as I mentioned, you are allowed to carry a calculator. Please carry your own calculator. See here also you see a digital version of the calculator, but you can see for yourself. It's a scientific also. You get the standard calculator. So if you just type in on your keyboard now, let's say I'm doing 76. Let us start now. 76 plus 4. 80. I pressed enter and it took equals to. So your basic calculations you can do here. Okay. Then if you want to do, let's say, 5 raised to the power of 2. So you have to, do 5 into then 5 equals. Then if you want to take a square root, you can do it. So your basic basic calculator is available on screen. But of course, I think you realize that it will be much more time saving to do it on a physical calculator, which is allowed in both remote as well as center-based exam. Okay. So carry a basic simple calculator only you will need. You don't need a scientific calculator. A simple calculator would work. Okay. So now let's click on next. So which of the following correctly represents? Now someone asked me, ma'am, what is this button? It's a strike through. So why is it needed? That, for example, if you're reading the options and you feel that at least this one will not be right, you want to eliminate it. See, one thing is you can do it in your mind, okay? Because this strike through and all will not get submitted to the examiner. What gets submitted is the final answer. So let's say you have selected this, but while you are trying to solve, so you have followed the rules of elimination. Ma'am, what is the rule of elimination? So you read the question. See, one out of the two happens. Either you know the answer correctly on your own, or you do not know the answer. Then what you do in the second case is you follow the rules of elimination. What you have to do is you will have multiple options. You read each one of the options and you realize that this cannot be true for sure. Okay, this cannot be the correct answer for sure. So you can cancel it in your mind that, okay, I don't have to read point A again. Or you can use the strike through option that this is not correct. So you're just striking it off. This should be the right answer. You can select it. Okay, so I hope you understood. But not much relevant from exam point of view. You can, do it in your mind only. If you want to remove it, just select the text again and if you click on strike through, hit the number, the strike goes away. Okay. So that is about the strike through function. You can highlight also if you're reading and then you want to highlight something. You can highlight it. You can choose different colors. Okay, so that option is there. Then symbol I'll show you later. So this is how questions look like. Then you click on next. Yes. I'll show you that. So I'll come to that. So if you see now, there is a navigator button over here. There is a navigator button over here. You can see all the questions here. Question number one, what is the status? Did I write anything in that? Complete or incomplete, it will show. And if I have flagged something for review, what does that mean? So for example, I come to this question and I realize that I don't know the answer to it now. And I do not have sufficient time more to spend on this. So what I will do is I will flag it for review. Be very careful. There is no negative marking in ACCA exam. There is no negative marking. So please do not leave any question unanswered. If you know it, well. If you don't know it, just do some guesswork. Do intelligent guesswork. Like I was telling you the rules of elimination. That is an intelligent guesswork. That you remove the options which you feel that are not correct and then you narrow down on any one of the two, let's say. So, but in any case, do not leave the question unanswered. If you don't know anything, just select randomly. But don't leave it. Okay. So if you flag a question for review, so now when I was doing this here, I did not know the answer to this question. So I flagged it for review and I moved to the next question. Okay, then I solved this, everything which I wanted to do. And then slowly and steadily, we complete the paper. And then later you realize that you want to submit the paper. So what you do is you just browse through this again. You will see the question, which is flagged for review. Okay. If you see this, it is flagged for review. You can come back to it here. Just click on it. You will land back again on the screen. Okay. And then you can attempt whatever you want to do. So let's say equity, debt. Randomly I'm selecting this venture capital, trade credit. So like that, you have selected the answer, then you move on. But don't leave it. Okay. So if you just press and close all, this will work later. For section C, it comes, but it's not going to do anything on your screen. It's actually relevant for your descriptive answers. When there are exhibits also, But then you will not get exhibits in the FM paper. It's there at the AFM paper. I think they are carrying this feature from the strategic professional level. There it is relevant. So if you see any strategic professional paper, na, they will give you multiple exhibits. So you can open multiple exhibits together. Like you can open multiple screen on your computer, no? So you can open multiple screens on exhibits on your exam paper also. And if you want to close all of them together, just press close all, it will close. But here it doesn't do anything. Okay. I think they have just kept the layout same, and that is why it is appearing. Otherwise, it will not do anything. Very good question. Very good question. So I have a question, ma'am. Out of the 4 selections, I selected 2 right, 2 are wrong. Now you tell me from something which I've mentioned in the class earlier, whether you will get marks or not. Out of 4, you have selected 2 correct, 2 wrong. You will not get any marks. There is no partial marking in section A and B. As I said earlier, either your answer would be right or wrong. There is no 50% right concept. Computer doesn't understand that. So you have to be very careful while you are answering section A and B questions that it is 100% correct. If there is any part which is incorrect, your answer will be marked wrong. Okay. So let's just go to next. Next. See again here you have to input the value. Now you see the small dollar sign. See it is asking you the cost now. So they have given you dollar outside. Will you write dollar again in the cell? It will not allow me to enter only. But you do not have to write also. Because dollar is already mentioned. You do not have to write it again. Okay. Then to the nearest dollar, enter a positive amount. If your number is coming, because it is a cost now, when we learn this concept, you will see that the cost comes out as negative. But if they're specifically telling you that put to the nearest dollar, I'll come to this also. I have a detailed discussion on this also. What is nearest dollar? And you have to enter a positive amount. So I do not have to write a negative sign. It will just give me this disclaimer. The input does not match. You have to write a positive amount. Okay. Then you click on next. Again, here you have to write up to 2 decimal points. Click on next, whatever you want to, just, I hope now you're understanding the type of question. See this one. For each company, select what the impact would be on the date of payment, assuming that none of them plan to hedge the currency risk. So you have to select one out of the 3. Let's this, like this. Okay. You don't get the marks. Your answer has to be absolutely right. But just telling you that ACCA actually, it considers a range of answers. See, because sometimes what will happen, even in classes, you will encounter this, that you are getting a slightly different answer. But that's because of rounding off. So ACCA actually considers these options as the probable answers. So you will get marks. But that error or the difference that you're getting should only be because of rounding off. So they actually perform multiple iterations of the solution and they know that this could be one of the possible answers. They'll not mark your answer they will feed multiple options in the answer criteria for the computer to judge. They actually consider 2-3 possible options as the answer. So Jaswant has a question. Whether FR and FM can be given together. He has a good idea about FR. Yes, you can go for it. If you're just studying right now, your classes, you're not studying BCom on any other course, then you can go for FR and FM together, but just be dedicated, devote enough time to both the papers. Okay, of course, you can give 2 papers together. Okay. All right. But this thing which I told now, due to rounding off, you do not get to see it on the practice platform. It doesn't work. So practice platform, only one will be the right answer. It won't work. I'll come to this, Bhanu. I have a proper sheet to discuss this. That's what I said now. To the nearest dollar, I'll have a detailed discussion. I'll come to this. I want to discuss it because students get confused in a very basic thing, which is rounding off. So I'll cover that. First, let's have a look at the questions and I'll come back to your doubt. So then you click on next. I'm going past it now. Same type of questions are coming. Now comes section B. There will be 3 objective test cases. I told you that there will be 3 case studies. And then each OT case contains a scenario related to 5 OT questions. So each case will have 5 objective test questions and they will all be of 2 marks each. Click on next. Okay, just look at this. This is the scenario. A long discussion. So you have to read it very carefully. You have to read the scenario very, very carefully. And then attempt the 5 questions. So it is written over here. The following scenario relates to question number 16 to 20. This is question number 16. Okay, read through it, answer this question. The type of questions, if you see, are the same. The type of questions here are same as section A. It's just that there is a scenario given. Ma'am, again and again the scenario is coming. Should I read it again and again? No. The same scenario only is coming. Don't read it again and again. You may read the relevant part again to answer a particular question. But the scenario will be same in all the questions. So let's say if I move to the next one. Same scenario. Okay, same scenario. You just have to answer the question and move on. Next. 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 Now comes the next scenario. The following scenario relates to question number 21 to 25. So again, it is for 5 questions. This is the scenario. This is actually smaller than what we saw in the previous one. So then for the next 5 questions, this will be the scenario. So question number 1, then 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see the question number over here. Okay, nothing to worry. You'll be able to see the question number here. So this is question number 25 out of 37. Then let's click on next and then we'll see a new scenario now. It relates to question number 26 to 30. I told you that there will be 3 scenarios in section B. This is the 3rd scenario. Okay. And on the basis of this, you have to answer the next 5 questions. So question number 26 to 30 is done. Then you come to section C. So section C will have 2 questions. Each question contains a scenario which relates to 1 or more requirements. So I told you that the number of requirements could be anything. So it can be split over multiple question screens. Each question is worth 20 marks and total is 40 marks. Okay. Okay, so just be careful. You have to write the answer in the response area provided for that question. I'll just show you what they're talking about. So if you feel that you have given the answer of question number 20, let's say question number 31 in question number 32's answer script, although the scenario is same, let me be very clear. Although the scenario is same, you have to write question number 31's answer in 31's answer script and 32 in 32's answer script. Okay. You have to show all notes workings that you want the marker to see within the response area provided for the question. Remember, any notes workings made on the scratch pad or on your workings paper, which I told you you'll get in the center-based exam, will not be marked. It doesn't get marked. It doesn't get submitted to the examiner. All right, let's move to next. Then so this is the scenario. This is the scenario. The scenario star company. And if you see, This is part A of the requirement. Calculate. What is the verb? Calculate. This, and this. Each one of them carry 3 marks, 2 marks, 4 marks. You have to write the answer for all of them over here itself. Okay, this is how your answer script will look like. And you have to write your answer here. Okay. So, ma'am, how do I write 3 answers here? You'll get multiple rows. See, there are multiple rows. 300 rows in total. So you'll be able to write the answer. The basic Excel will work. So what you should do in such type of a question, just copy this part along with you can press Control C on your laptop, it will copy, huh? So select this, Control C, come here, press Control V. Just press this and what you have to do is, if you click on Format Cells, Alignment and Text Wrap, if you do that, apply, this will start showing on the screen. So you can, we become handy with it, to problem solve an exam also. You should actually use the platform much more. Somehow this column width is now creating problems, right? So format cells, let's try. It has actually become too big to come on one screen. So you become comfortable with it, because an exam, if something like this happens, so you should be knowing about all the buttons, all the options that are available, right? So if you just double click on it, it will auto adjust. You have to delete the content. So what I was trying to show you is that I pressed Control V, it pasted it. What I want to do is give a heading, calculation of a cost of equity before the expansion. I have given this as a heading. Okay, I'll make it Control V and I'll make the column a little longer. And then I press that wrap text thing. So right click, format cells, alignment, wrap text, apply. So that it starts showing completely. Otherwise, it was getting hidden now. So this is something which you all should know. It's a feature available. Okay. And then you can do the calculation over here. So once that is done, copy part 2. But always give a heading so that the examiner knows that you are solving, part A over here, part B over there, whatever it is. The examiner should know it. Again, you can do a wrap text. Wherever there is a long text, what happens is that it gets hidden. So you have to do this, format cells, alignment, wrap text, apply, close. You can make it bold. Okay. So this is something which you can use in the exam also. Okay. So give proper headings, do your calculations over here, whatever you want to do, and then move to the next part. Give headings so that the examiner knows. So here also you just have to change the language of the statement. What I'll do is calculation of the give a this colon and then move to the answer. Very basic tricks to help you excel in exam, but it's important that you become comfortable with all the features. Now have a look here. You can do What did I do to make it bold? I did Control B on my laptop. So that function you can also use. Or you can use this button over here. If I press it, this also works. If you want to make it italics, you can either do Control I on your laptop, or you can do this button. Okay, if you want to underline, you can do Control U on your laptop, or you can do this. Okay, then if you want to make the colored text, I think it doesn't get used much, but if you want to highlight something, let's say, so then you can make the color of a text certain, right? Sorry. So, you can actually do these things. Then, yeah, I'll show you. So let's say I'm copying the third part now. I copy this part, Control C. Again, laptop features work. Control C. Then I go down, I press double click over here and Control V. Okay, enter. I make it bold, Control B. Right click, format cells. Alignment, wrap text. Just select this and click on OK or apply. Anything you can click, apply. It will close the screen and this will become a wrapped text. See what you can do in examiner once you have read the scenario, for example. So you should actually resize it to make it smaller so that your answer script becomes longer. Okay, this is something which you can do. Unfortunately, this doesn't get changed. I mean, you're not able to take it up, but at least this part you can make longer. Okay, so that's something you can do. So coming back, yeah, I was showing you the features. If you want to put some color in it, you want to highlight this cell, you can do it. Then Control Z also works. So if you want to undo the previous step, press Control Z. Okay. And if you want to redo it, press Control Y. And there are buttons here also which allow you to do it. Then format painter is also available. So if you select this and if you want to copy the format of this one over here, you click on this and press. Doesn't work or what? Should have worked. It's not working. It's actually a format painter button. Somehow it is not working. So it allows you to copy the format, but it's okay. It won't be much useful in exam anyways. Don't spend a lot of time on formatting. Spend that time rather on solving the question correctly. Basic formatting, which you should do actually, is to make bold. Is to make the statement bold, underline. If you're writing a heading like I was doing now. So that is something you can do as a very basic formatting. Otherwise, please don't spend time on coloring and all. It will not fetch you any marks. If you want to highlight some word very, very, peculiarly, then you should. Otherwise, please do not think that you'll get marks for formatting your answer. It's only for if the answer is right or wrong. Again, this is also format feature. Somehow it is not working, but it should work in exam. That is, if you want to copy the format of this cell, you select the cell, Control C, and then you click the cell on which you have to do the formatting. Normally, it copies the format, but it is not working over here. Yeah, it's working, but it's just copying the entire part. Ignore that. So this is one. Then your copy, cut, paste, functions are available here, but your keyboard shortcuts work very well. So please use that rather. Then your left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, all of these are there. Then you can convert numbers into decimals if you want up to 2 decimal place. You can click on this. Okay. Then if you want to make it a percentage, click on this. It becomes a percentage. That's, I think, enough for you. Now, if you want to insert a symbol, not working somehow. It should have worked actually. But okay, here also you get that option. So like your dollar sign is there, currency if you go. So you can select the currency. Like it is in pound. You click on OK. Write any number. 1, 2, 3. Press enter. It will make it pound. Okay. So practically also, if you see, what is 90%? It is 90 by 100. So it is 0.9, right? So the number which was written here was 90. So what it understood is that the number is not 90%, but it is 99,000. So that is why, because only 9,000 percentage, if I just convert it here, that happens in Excel also. If I make it percentage now, it becomes 9,000 percentage, so that the resultant value is what? 9,000 by 100, which is 90. Because how does percentage work? If you're getting 85%, what does it mean? 85 over 100, no? So that is how even ACCA's platform considers it, but that's okay. You have to be careful when you're using, percentages. Just if you want to write 90%, then you should write 0.9 and make it a percentage like this. If you want up to 1 decimal place, then you can use this 90%. And if you want to make it any, currency, then click on the currency button over here. Okay, click on this, click on custom and go to currency. Or you can go with that option also, that if you want to format cells. So like, let's say I want to make it a dollar. So go to format cells, right click, press currency. You want to make it dollars. So you can click on OK. You want to make it yen, you want to make it pound, all of that. Different currencies you can put like this. Okay. Because it's a FM paper, so currencies are actually important. That's why I'm, taking so much time to explain this. So this function is available. Then, I guess that's pretty much it. I've discussed, yeah. So row height, column height, you can adjust from here also. Okay. Then this is format cells button anyways. Yeah, these are all the features that are available to you. Okay. Just do one thing after the class, take some time out, explore these features on your own. What options are available with me. Now, one thing you should know, that in Excel, you can insert rows, right? You can select the row and then insert a row, but you don't get option over here. Neither insertion of row nor column. It doesn't work. B3. Yeah. Done. So be careful, you can't insert rows or columns. The number of rows and columns are fixed over here. So what you have to do after today's class is to take out some time and explore the features of the platform on your own. Okay. Because ultimately you have to write your answers in this type of a platform only. So you should be comfortable. Okay, then you click on next. Same scenario only. Because it said that the scenario relates to 5 requirements. So that was part A, having 3 requirements. Then this is part B, 1 requirement. Evaluate. So here now this symbol will work. There it is. There you have to use. Some issue is there, I think. I don't know why it does not work. Normally it inserts actually. I think some issue with the practice platform only. But it will work in exam, don't worry. It used to work earlier on the practice platform also. Somehow some bug has come in and it's not allowing you to insert the symbols. Okay, so if you want to insert some currency here in the answer, you can use this button. Okay. And you have to write your answer, proper descriptive answer you have to write. Okay. And, that is how it progresses. Okay. It's not working somehow. It used to work normally also. It's not mandatory to actually write it next to a number. Some bug is there. I think actually it should work with normal text also. Somehow it's just telling that there has to be text. It should work. Did you face this issue in exam? See, somehow, okay. So just always be prepared for the worst case. If it happens, then what do I do? Don't get panicked. Okay. First thing, don't get panicked. You know the shortcut of each currency. Like, for example, INR for rupee. INR doesn't come in exam. It's only USD mostly, you will see. So if you can't write dollar, please write in capitals USD. Okay. If you can't write pound, please write in capital GBP. If you can't use the euro symbol, please use EUR. Always have, these things ready in your mind that if something wrong happens, for example, this issue I face in exam, what will I do? Will I start panicking that I can't put the dollar symbol? No. Okay. Your dollar function you can actually insert from the keyboard also. Other functions will not be available. For that, at least have this backup ready. If you are getting yen, then you can write yen. But don't stress about it much. Every problem has a solution. So that's why I'm telling you, explore the entire platform on your own before, from the first day itself, so that you know how you have to write an exam. Okay. Then if you click next now, and discuss the various assumptions related to the capital asset pricing model. Here also you have to discuss. Now the total becomes 20. So this ends over here. First scenario ends over here. And I hope you're seeing that you have to write theory also. So, it's not asking you to memorize anything. So discuss the various assumptions related to the CAPM. So if you know the points, you just have to elaborate on it. There, just go with that logic. That whenever you are understanding any topic, understand it in entirety so that any question which comes from there, you're able to write. Then this is the next and the last scenario from the question. Just be alert that you have to handle so much data. So many numbers would be there. 25%, 3 million, 750,000. So learn to manage data. In fact, that you will do along with me only in the class when we take up questions. But know that you have to be prepared for this. Okay, to handle so much data. How do we do that? And what did you have to do? Calculate see here also, what is the verb? It is calculate. Okay. No, FM paper now, mostly 2 or 3 currencies only they will use. That will be your dollar. Mostly it will be dollar, but in currency hedging chapters, another currency may come in. So it could be dollar, it could be pound. For pound, you can use GBP. For euro, you can use EUR. It's allowed. Okay, these are the officially recognized ways to write down the currency. So you can use that. Mostly these 3 currencies only will come in the FM paper. All right. So here also, if you see, you have to do calculation. If you observe the previous questions, what was the verb? It was discuss. Right. If you see the previous one, evaluate. So I'll come to these verbs again. Okay. In Excel sheet, there are also some calculation shortcut. So let me come back to the Excel. I'll show you something more. Let's say I do a calculation over here. 4 plus 5. I do the sum functions. So the basic functions will work. Okay. I'll tell you which all functions will work. In fact, whatever function I'm using in the class now, it will work in exam. So that basis only I use it. So let's say you have to sum it up. So equals to sum, open bracket, and drag and select the cells. So you do 9. Now I have to do 7 plus 8 here also. So it's not like I have to press equals to sum again, select the cells. No. What I can do is control C the formula, control V it over here. The formula drags and updates itself to column C values. Understood? So your basic Excel functions will work like this. Referencing changes, that also it works in Excel as well as in the platform. Okay. All right. So moving on. Next. So I'm highlighting these words for a reason. I'll come to this also. When you click next, here it was discussed. Then next, this was calculate. See, wherever a calculation is required, they're giving you the Excel. Wherever any discussion is required, they're giving you the word file. So here, explain. This is explain briefly the term sensitivity within the context of investment appraisal and the method of calculating it. Just sharing one tip. I'll be doing it in the last class also when I, discuss question papers with you. But, just develop these habits from day one. It's the best. So normally when you're answering the theory questions, now what you should do is copy the statement. Okay, Control C, Control V. And change the format. So what you would do is explanation of the term sensitivity within the context of investment appraisal. And it's a connector. So there are two parts to this. So I'll delete this for the time being. I'll make it bold. Okay. And then from the next statement, I'll start writing my answer, whatever I want to write. Okay. When that is done, next I will write and copy this. And I will give it a heading format. So explanation. So always give headings to your answers. It doesn't take much time because you have the feature of copying pasting available. So you can use explanation of the method of calculating. What are they calculating? Sensitivity. So just select it, make it bold, underline, whatever you want to do, but give it the format of a heading so that it gets it stands out in the answer and the examiner knows where you have written what. Okay. So these are some ways to get brownie marks and very simple to implement also. You can just copy, paste, change the, way in which the statement is written and that's it. Right? So if you click on next, here also some explanation is to be done. Now look at this. Explain and calculate the sensitivity of the project, catch the hash to the change in selling price and change in the discount rate. So some minor explanation also has to be done because it is for 4 marks. Already they're asking you to do 2 calculations. One is change in selling price and change in discount rate. I'm telling you one common mistake of students is they'll just ignore what is written after the and. It's not like that. You have to answer complete requirement to get the full marks. If you're answering half, you'll get half marks only. See, in section C, yes, you get step marks, but at least you have to write. Okay. So explain and calculate the sensitivity of the project, catch the hash to the change in selling price and change in discount rate. So while you're writing, write and solve for both. And also a minor explanation might be required. To do that, you can do it in Excel only. And again, when you do that, make certain columns a little longer and then do a wrap text. Because some explanation will have to be given, otherwise it will get hidden in the row, in the cell. So, very basic things. I hope it is clear now, everyone. Now, this particular question, see, earlier question, it had 5 sub-requirements, right? It was given that the scenario relates to 5 requirements. Here it is 4 requirements. So as I told you, there is no standard format for section C questions. It can be any type of breakup, 4 marks, 8 marks, 10 marks, 6 marks, anything that they can give. So if you now go to next. So here also this is discussion question. Discuss why discounted cash flow investment appraisal methods are superior to non-DCF methods. So in this way, they have written it down. Please tell me, are you finding some comfort now to be able to see how the question paper is going to look, what you have to prepare for, right? Then if here also, if you see the functions which we were discussing, let us say, what all things are available: left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, justified alignment, then bulleted list. You can make a bulleted list here. You can make a numbered list over here. Then if you want to do some indenting. So one thing is indenting can be done using the tab button also. So if you press enter and if you press tab, then you're indenting the place from where the text is starting, that can get changed. Now further you want to do some indenting. You can do this type of a list, a nested list, or you can just complete the list now, whatever you want to write. Okay, so this is available in alignment can be done. And then if you want to remove it, you can just simply, or you want to get it back to the previous indent, you can use this button. The numbering will get updated. Okay, bold, italics, underline is available. Strike through is available. It won't be used. I'm not sure. No one should use first, write the number and then strike it. You wouldn't do that. You would rather do backspace. Okay, you can delete it. But yes, anyways, it is available. But you can do backspace in it. Okay. Then undo, redo buttons are available. Find button is there, that if you want to find, but I don't think your answers will not be that long. But if you want to, let's say, make some correction, you want to find and replace something, so it is available. Okay, so let's say you want to find G and replace it with HR. So you can replace, you'll have to select it first. Select it. And this. And then click on but then again, not much of use. Let's say I want to replace this. I want to replace G with HR. It's not working. Some of the features, I don't know why they're not working. Let's say you want to replace brand with HR. Some issue is there. And mostly it works on the practice platform also. Somehow today it's not working. Some bugs are there on the platform today. But yes, these functions are available to you. You can find and replace. And if you want to make something superscript, subscript. Now this is again very important. So let's say you have written this, okay, D4, you want to raise it to the power. So you can press this, it will go to the power. You want to make this in a subscript, you can make it in a subscript. And that feature is available, but from exam point of view, but you will see that it is not available in the Excel bit. Let me show you. This superscript, subscript now, it is not available in Excel. And then how do we do it over here? So ACCA allows. So for example, you'll be learning all of this. So normally now KE, this E, which is denoting the cost of equity, you will learn all of this, don't worry. So E actually it goes in the subscript, okay? But there is no option to do it in the platform. So what you have to do is you just have to write KE normally as it is, okay? But the word part allows you to do it, but may not be that relevant. You can simply write KE only. So KE. Normally, if you want to write, just write it like that. Okay. So that is one. And if you want to remove that effect, you just select it, remove the effect, it goes away. I guess that's pretty much about all the features. Some of the features, I think, one was this dollar function not working. Then this find the feature is not very important, but again, some issues are there. I don't know why it's not working. Should have worked actually. Okay, is a concept you will learn later. So KE, I was just telling you one example. It is cost of equity. The way it is denoted normally is that E is written in the subscript. Okay. But You in exam, since you're not getting the feature to do it superscript in Excel, here you get it. Here you can do it. But since in Excel you're not getting the feature, I was just telling you that don't worry. Instead of writing it like this, you can simply write it as KE normally. So that's what I was about to tell you. Concept you will learn later. I'm not discussing the concept right now. It will come later. Okay. The question which Divya has, we can hide the lines between the cells of Excel sheet. You don't get that option. So you cannot hide actually. Hide, unhide rows, that's not available. Those features are not available. Hide, insert, those features are not available. So I've more or less discussed all the functions which are available. Okay, one more thing which I have to show you is that this formula sheet is available to you. Okay, so basic instruction, exam instructions are available. Okay, so basic exam instructions are available. Then some help on the constructed response options also. See again, not very relevant. So not very relevant. This all you will learn along with me only. See, format painter I was showing you now. But somehow their functions are not working today. Then there is this formula sheet. This will be relevant. This too may not be relevant. This you will learn gradually with me only. Formula sheet also, I'll be giving you a formula sheet. Okay, now listen to this carefully. I will be giving you one formula sheet. Some of these formula will be available to you in the exam under this tab. Just take a look. So many formula will be available. EOQ, Miller or model, CAPM, acid beta, growth. Don't get, worried now. You will be learning all of these concepts. Growth model, Gordon's growth, weighted average, Fisher formula, PVP, IRP, and the present value table is there. Okay. See, present value table. Now listen to me very carefully. It's available here. Manu, please go to this part. Left hand side, bottom. Formula sheet. Okay. Now one thing. Let's be very clear. You can calculate present values very, very easily on Excel. Okay. But for exam purposes, section A and B have to be solved by taking present value numbers from the present value table. See, interpretation is very simple. If it's a 10% discount rate and you're taking it for 1 year, you have to take this 0.8 to 6.751. Ma'am, what is the difference between taking the numbers from here and taking the numbers from Excel? Excel formula also I'll teach you. It's very, very simple. I'm telling you a few basic things so that you keep in mind while you are studying. In section A and B, I told you now it is computer marked. So what happens is, I don't want to give any scope for rounding of error. So what we will be doing is, for section A and B questions, wherever present value is needed or wherever annuity numbers are needed, I'll teach you all of this, what annuity is, what present value is, don't worry about that. But wherever in section A and B we have to use it, we will use the values from here, from the table. So what you can do is, I'll just, you can print this. So if you click on this, print, or you can save it as a PDF for you. Okay, so just click on print that so that you can use it later. Okay, so I'll just save it for the FM formula sheet and PV annuity table. Just save it for you on your laptop so that you don't have to open this platform again and again. So just save it as a PDF on your laptops. Okay, you can click on this button, print button, and save as print Microsoft PDF. Okay, shown in the practice tab. Yeah, same. I've taken it from here only. It will be available on all the screens, wherever. It's available in section A screens also. Same formula sheet. If I open any random section A question also, you will be able to access it from there. Okay. So that is available. Just make use of it. And I guess all the features are discussed. So once you are done with the, all the questions, let's say we are here, question number 37. I'm done with this. I click on next. And they'll show me a complete summary of what I've done, complete, incomplete, then flagged for review. All of that is done. And then end exam. So it will ask you, are you sure you want to end the exam? Again, they will ask you, are you sure you want to end the exam? Click on next, yes, and the exam gets over. Okay, so you'll be getting 3 hours. Please make sure in the last minute, now you only submit the exam. Don't let the computer shut it down for you. Just 1 minute. Don't think that you will write the whole world in the last 1 minute. In the last minute, please do it yourself only. Go to the last question, click on end exam, and be done with it. Okay, if your paper runs till the last moment. If it doesn't run, then well and good. You take your time, leisurely, revise whatever you have written. Okay, revise the calculations. And then you end the exam on the last minute. Don't wait for the platform to shut down automatically on its own. It's better to submit on your own. Okay. So with that, the question paper gets submitted to the examiner and you can click on exit and it's done. Okay. So that was about the paper here. Now, one more thing, ma'am, this is done. Now I want to see my answers. I want to know what the correct answers would be. I've done from my side, but now I want to check my answers. So what do I do for that? Just telling you the features which are available now. Please do it along with me. Once you submit the paper only, then it will come. So if you have not submitted the paper, then it will not come here. But once you do it, it will show. So if you click on the mark tab, if you click on the mark tab over here, okay, then this tab will open up. Pre-September 2024 mock exam. And if you again just click on this, you will see, this come up newly for you. So I've submitted earlier also. That is why it is showing me twice. For you, if you're submitting it for the first time only, you will see it once. Okay. And then what you have to do, you have to click on self-mark. What you have to do is click on self-mark. When you do that, all the answers are available to you. What is your roll-up score? So I was randomly answering some questions now, so I've got 2 marks. So section A and B, it gets evaluated by the platform only. So they will allot you marks. So this question I did not select correctly. So I got 0 out of 2. My roll-up score, that is my cumulative score, is 2 out of 100. But this doesn't include the marks for section C because section C platform will not give you marks. You have to just review it on your own and allot marks. So I'll come to that also. So let's say this one. What was the question? You can see the question also over here. This was the question, right? We were seeing these statements, statement number 1, 2. And these were the options. So the correct option is option number 3. And the explanation also, why this is the answer, it is given to you over here. Why is option 3 the answer? Why and other statements are not true? So explanation wise, for each question, you will get it over here. This was the question. This is the answer. This is the explanation. Question number 3. This was the question. This is the answer. And, the explanation. So here, no explanation is needed. So they're not given anything. Like this. And I randomly entered this number and I remember 56.5. So the correct answer is 19.4. And the explanation of why 19.4 is the answer. See, it's not like you have to do these calculations and submit these calculations to the examiner. Okay. I'll come to your question, Divya. So it's not like these calculations will go to the examiner. It's just for your understanding that they have given it. Now Divya has a question. Ma'am, can we see it after the exam? No. This you are only able to see for the questions which are there on the platform. But in the exam platform, you'll not be able to see the answers. It's only available on the ACCA practice platform, not on the real platform. Okay? All right. So like this, you will be able to get the answers to all the questions. You can click on next, next, next. Now let's come to similarly section B answers also. So here, if you see, this is question number 16. Yeah. So this was the question. This was the scenario. Remember, Ernst Company relating to scenario 16 to 20. This was the scenario. Okay. And this was the question. Why is the valuation of equity of a company necessary? The answer is 1 and 2. But where is my explanation of the answer? So you have to click on this. Click here to see the sample answer. You'll be able to see it over here. Okay. That is how you can see section B answers. And similarly, now let's go to section C answers. So this was my data. It's loading. Yeah. Remember this star company? We were discussing this. So the scenario is there, and whatever was the requirement, it is given over here. And I want to see the sample answer. So if you click here to see the sample answer. You can see it. Okay. And if you want to take a printout of this, it's because it's long and you want to read it later also. So what you can do is just press this button, switch to presentation mode, then it will come in full screen. And then on your keyboard, you have to press Control P. Okay. Then this will open up. And then while printing, just select pages, odd pages only. Okay. Select odd pages only because now there is some issue. I don't know whether they've done it intentionally or not. So there are extra pages which come up if you don't do it. Okay. So if I remove this now, all pages, you will see page number 1, then 2 is blank, 3 is blank. So they add an extra pages. So if you just click on odd pages only, then you'll get the first page. And then if you click on print, you'll be able to save it on your computer. So this all functions are available. Okay, like whatever answer you write. Remember, I was writing all of this. So your answers will come over here. What you can do is you can click here to see the sample answer and then compare your answer side by side. Okay, this is the sample answer. This would be your answer, whatever you write. And you can compare and allot marks to yourself. And if you submit, towards the end now, December 24 mock will come on the platform. So before every exam, they publish the mock. And we'll be discussing this later when the time comes. So December 24 mock when it comes, and I'll tell you also. Then you can submit it for my review also. December 24 mock, I evaluate. So then you can submit this part. Section A and B anyways will get evaluated by the platform. Section C, you can submit the answers to me. And in fact, for the last few attempts, I have been discussing the entire mock in the class. From section A till section C, all the questions I discussed in the class. In that process, towards the end, what I'm able to do is, I'm able to revise all the concepts with the students. Because if you see any question paper now, there will be 1 or 2 questions from every topic. So in that way, I did revision also with the students and they were able to solve the mock. I'm just telling you from preparation strategy, we'll be doing it later. We'll be solving the December 24 mock in exam, in the class also. And if you write that paper, you can submit it to me. In fact, you should. Okay, you will get your answers evaluated. So you should actually do that. And coming to, yeah. So all of this, you can see the sample answer over here. Ma'am, there is one more thing here. We can see over here. What is this? Click here to see the guideline. What is it? Let me show you. So basically now, let me come to the full screen mode. So they give this type of a marking guide to the examiner. This is available to the examiner. So total was 6 marks, okay, for this question. Now the examiner is told that if a student is writing this correctly, okay, so if you have done the calculation of selling price and variable cost per unit correctly, you're eligible to get up to 2 marks. If you have done calculation of fixed cost correctly, you're eligible to get half marks. Then tax calculation and timing, if you have done that correctly, just one second. Yeah. If you have done that correctly, you'll get 1 mark. So similarly, this type of a scheme is given to the examiner for allotting marks to you. So why I'm showing it to you is so that you understand that there are step marks available. And if you have done any part correctly, you will get the marks for it. Okay. So this is just for reference. So total, if you see 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 5, 7.5 and 8. Total 8 marks. Sorry, I was saying 6. Total 8 marks. This is how it is distributed. Okay. All right. I think that's all about your one entire question paper. How you can see the questions, how you can see the answers. All of that is available over here. Any doubts, anyone? The formula sheet, I hope you all will download. And in fact, I'll share it on the drive also, so you can download it from the Google Drive. Now about the class, let me tell you what we do now. We will be discussing every topic in the class. So I use a PPT. Okay, I use a PPT in the class. That PPT is derived from the BPP kit. For the FM paper, you will need a BPP workbook and BPP practice revision kit. You can reach out to Sandeep from the admin team. He will help you with the books. Okay. And we will be using BPP for practice questions also. So, the slides will be discussed and the calculations and all, whatever solution needs to be done, some notes, extra notes also, I give that in Excel. Okay. So anything and everything which will be covered in the class will be shared with you. Okay. So you don't have to worry about taking screenshots or anything. You will get everything as it is. They are discussed. They will be shared with you. Okay. So I share it with the admin team and they upload it on the Google Drive. Okay. From there, you can download. So once the chapter is complete, because what I do is I make chapter specific notes. So chapter 1, complete 1 file, chapter 2, complete 1 file. So if a chapter is running across multiple classes, which normally happens, it's not possible to complete one complete chapter in just 2.5 hours. So mostly our chapters will be going across in multiple days. So, what I'll do is once we complete a particular chapter in the class, I will send it across to you. I don't send it in parts, otherwise it becomes, confusing for the students which version is the final version. So once the chapter is complete, then I will share across the notes with you and you can download and revise. Are we clear, everyone? Anything that you have a doubt, you can ask me. Clear? Okay. All right. That was about notes sharing. Classes will be Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30. Okay. And sometimes I might just tell you that we'll not have the class. I'll tell you beforehand. And if some extra class is needed, so that I will also tell you. So for example, I'm currently foreseeing that there will be no class on Thursday, Friday. I have a travel plan. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be doing the class and next Monday we will meet up. And sometimes if needed, we will do some extra classes on weekends. But again, that will be informed to you pre-hand. Another thing is that we'll be keeping some surprise tests. Okay. So, be prepared. Mostly I'll keep it on the weekends only. So what you have to do from your side is to keep revising the notes, because randomly I'll just tell you on a Friday that you'll have a test tomorrow. Okay. So please keep everything revised and so that you are well prepared, because then it won't be possible to revise in one full day. So we can do that. We can keep a small 5-minute break. We'll do that going forward. And yeah, so what I was saying is that I'll be keeping some surprise tests. It could be, from 1, 2 chapters combined. So you have to keep revising. See what the agenda is so that all of you pass and pass in the first attempt with very good marks. It's not just pass, you pass with very good marks. Because see, you're taking out so much time, you're coming to the classes. I know you are dedicated. But now it's just that you have to be engaged all the time, right? So keep revising. We'll be doing regular tests also. Another thing is, when will the syllabus get over? I got that question already. So see, let's just take a look at one more thing here, which I'm going to show you also. That is ACCA exam timetable. Search this on the Google. ACCA exam timetable. Look it up. And you'll get the first link over here. Like this, exam timetables. Okay. Click on this. Exam timetable. And if you go down, they'll give you the dates for December 24. So FM paper now, normally it happens on every Friday only. So if you just see the trend also, Friday. FM always happens on Friday only, mostly. March attempt also. Every Friday they keep the exam. So first complete week of the exam month. What are the exam months? Exams are held in what? June, September, then December, then March, right? So in the first complete week of the exam month are the exams. Okay, so here your exam would be on 6th of December. Okay, your exam would be on 6th of December. So if you just open the calendar on your laptops or phones, whatever. So 6th of December is there. And then I will be targeting to close the syllabus portion completely by 14th of November. So your syllabus will get over, one class here and there, because see, class normally depends on the type of doubts also we are getting. So mostly generally I completed by the middle of the previous month. So my endeavor would be to complete it by 14th. And in that process, some, extra class if needed, because if I feel that, the classes are little lagging, so I might tell you that sometimes that we'll be keeping the class on Saturday, Sunday, but you'll get appropriate notice before that. That is need based. So the endeavor would be to complete it by 14th or 15th of November. Okay. And then you will get some 15-20 days to practice on your own completely. More than that, actually, 3 weeks you're getting. So 3 weeks you are getting just to practice. And during that time, I will keep doubt classes also for you. Okay. So that we can regularly catch up, your doubts get cleared. Okay. See, those of you who are attending the live classes while we are studying, please keep practicing the questions along the chapters. And whatever doubts you get, you can ask me in the class itself. So it's not like I will keep all the doubts till the end. Whatever doubts you get, you can, whenever we start off the class, I will always ask you, if you have any doubts, please let me know. You can post in your doubt. If it is a topic specific doubt, you can post that. If it is a question specific doubt, you can post that. So just let me know and I will take it up. So normally what I do is I start off the class with the doubts. And once the doubts are clear, normally it might just take 15 minutes also. Sometimes it might take 1 hour also if it's a long question. Then we proceed to the normal topics. Okay. So that is one thing. Now, ma'am, if I'm not able to come to the live classes, then what? So don't worry. If you are attending the recorded lectures, you can post your doubts in the WhatsApp group. So all of you have been added to a WhatsApp group. And if any one of you is not added to the latest December 24 attempt WhatsApp group, please reach out to the admin team and get yourself added. Okay? I'll come to that. So please get yourself added. All the updates and everything is sent in that group. So for you to remain up to date, you have to be a part of that group. Please get yourself, if you're not already added to the December 24th group, please get yourself added. Yeah, and so you can post your doubts over there. What I was saying is you can post your doubts in the group. And in the next live class, I will take it up. Okay, so whenever you watch the next recorded lecture, you will get the solution to it. So everyone's doubts will get covered. Live class students, your doubts get covered in the class. And those of you who are attending that, recorded lectures, you can post it and then I'll take it up in the class. Okay, so in that way, no one's doubts get unresolved. I mean, you'll get answer to all the queries. Let's say towards the end, after we are done with the syllabus, let's say we end the syllabus on 15th November or maybe 1 or 2 days, plus minus here and there. After we are done with that, we will keep some doubt classes. So later on when you practice, okay, you might get some extra doubts or you might have forgotten a concept. So I'll keep doubt classes then also. So we will be in constant touch till the exam. So it's not like the syllabus is done, my job is done. I'm there with you. So you will get the support and your doubts, you can ask me that. So that was about the doubt part. I mean, and syllabus completion, target would be 15th November, but don't take it as a hard and fast target. Approximately, I'm telling you, should be done by 15th. And extra classes, I've told you. Test classes, I've told you. And now coming to the question practice. So what we will do is, every time we complete a chapter, so there are chapter specific questions given in the BPP. So please practice the questions after that chapter is done for those questions. Okay. Every time a chapter is complete, you can do the questions from BPP. You have to do the questions. It's not you can or you may. You have to do the questions from BPP practice kit. Okay. And wherever you get stuck, you can reach out to me. Now, one thing very important you should note right from the beginning when you are practicing, remember you will be doing 3 rounds of the PR kit and then tell you how. So, that is how you should be prepared while you are solving also. One thing is, please create your own Excel files for the solution. Please use laptops for solving all the questions, be it Excel file or Word file, because mostly Excel calculations will be needed. So what I do is I do all the answers in Excel only. Even the theory descriptive answers I write in Excel only. But that's your choice. If you want to write in Word, you can do that. But what you should do is, when you start practicing now, then keep it in your mind that I have to revise these questions again. So if you see the BPP practice kit, it's quite bulky. And then you will think, ma'am, how am I supposed to do it again and again and again in 3 months? Now let's say practically you have just 2.5 months. How do I do that? So for that, what you have to do is, while you are doing the first round of the PR kit, you go very slow. I'm telling you to go slow. Intentionally, just take your time, read through the questions, solve it in detail in your Excel file. Okay? Solve it in detail in your Excel file. Okay? And mark those questions where you get stuck. Okay? I'm going slow. I've done the concept in the class. I'm solving the question. Mostly, let's say 40 to 50% of the questions you will be able to do without any glitch, because they will be common from what I've told you in the class. The balance 60% questions, you will get stuck. You'll not be able to solve it. I'm telling you, you'll not be able to solve it even you have done the class. Then what you will do is, you will look at the standard solution. You understand. If you don't understand, then you raise it to me. Ma'am, I could not understand from the solution also. Please help me. I will discuss the answer in the class. But what you have to do is, you have to mark such questions that I got stuck here, and this was the point where I got stuck. So after you are done with the first round of the PR kit, you will have 60% questions marked for second revision. First round will remove all the, simpler questions. It's not like they're unimportant. It's just that they are simple. If you're thorough with the class notes, you don't need any additional look at those questions. Now, those 60% questions, you will redo them properly. You will redo them. This time, you should be able to do it on your own. Okay? But still, there are some, special questions. Even in the second time, you're not able to do. And it will happen. And it happens with everyone. In the second round also, although you had first seen it, first you had solved it, but still, you may not be able to do it now. in the second round. Mark those questions. Those will be the third round PR kit questions, which you'll be doing towards the very end. By the time you are done with first round, second round, now, it will be just 7-10 days left before the exam when you are doing a revision on your own. So those out of these 60% questions now, some again, another 60% questions will be like that. They will be really difficult. So you have to mark those questions and that you will take up in the third. So you can do some color coding in your book. Then I have to take it up in the second round. Then after second round, you have to do another color coding that I will take it up in the third round. So have that approach from day one itself. I'm telling you all the strategies you should be knowing from day one so that you are well prepared for the exam. So do this. Keep in mind that you have to do 3 PR kit revisions. And very importantly, please, it's a sincere request. I keep telling my students, don't think you have to practice every book which is available in the market. See, your syllabus area is limited and it is as per ACCA only. Okay. So it's not like you have to do Kaplan also, BPB also, and every other publication which is available. Stick to just one book. You'll be avoiding yourself confusion and wastage of time. I've seen students, they know all the concepts. They will refer to multiple books and then they will just, I have messages, ma'am, I'm getting confused now. Don't allow it to happen to you. Stick to one book. Your syllabus will be done. Students all have passed. If you just have to be, conceptually strong. If you're not conceptually strong, any number of question practice you may do, you will not pass. I'm telling you why, because there will be no common question in exam. Even if you are done X number of questions, 0 question will be common in exam. They will tweak it. They don't repeat questions. Okay. So stick to one book. And there is ACCA Study Hub that I will tell you about, but I'll cover it tomorrow. It will take me some time to explain you the Study Hub completely. So Study Hub is something which I tell, okay, you practice from here. It is published directly by ACCA. You can practice from here. In fact, the way they have solved and we solve in class, that is also pretty similar only. So you'll not find that problem there. But again, it is a recommendation only. If you want to stick to BPP only, that is also fine. But if you are just studying right now, you have time and you're, sometimes it might just so happen you get so, you start liking the paper so much that you want to practice. And then, I will recommend that you can take up the relevant questions from the Study Hub. I will give you a walkthrough of the Study Hub tomorrow in detail, but that is also something you can do. Okay, so I guess that was about the question paper, the practice platform there. That is available where you can see the solution. Mock exams. Now, very important. What you have to do is, I told you 3 rounds of PR kit, but alongside that, in the last 10 days, while you are doing these third round of PR kit, you have to solve 3 mock papers also. Ma'am, 3 mock papers? Yes, 3 mock papers. And I'll tell you why. There's a reason behind that. So let's say on day 1 of the last 10 days, you take up the first mock paper. Okay. Let's say you have taken up practice exam 1. So there are 3 mock papers available on the platform also. You take up the first practice exam 1. You solve it. Section A and B will get auto-populated, auto-marked. And section C marks you can check from where I showed you, right? Then you give yourself marks. It is possible you get very low marks in that first attempt. Okay. It is not to demotivate you. You will get low marks. But that is an wake-up call for the topics where you are lagging behind, where you're not very clear, you made some mistakes. So in mock exam 1, which you have to do, what you will be doing is you mark yourself, you realize that, okay, I've got this much marks. And then any paper, any complete paper, it will touch upon all the topics, which I was telling you earlier also. So it will touch upon all the topics. So whichever topic you feel that, okay, I was not able to recall it while I saw the question, I need to revise it. Okay. You revise it from the book again after you're done with the paper. And mock papers, it's not like you will do it at your leisure. Mock papers you have to do in that 3-hour time frame. Sit alone in a room, isolated. Sit alone 3 hours. No one will come to your room. You will not go out unless washroom if you want to use. Other than that, please do not do not go out. Just think as if it is an exam and I have to write the paper in the given time frame. Okay. So, yeah, mock exam one you write. After you're done with the 3-hour paper, you find out the topics that I am lacking here. You come back and revise those topics from the class notes, from the practice questions, wherever you want to revise. You can have a look at the solutions of the mock. Now you know all the answers are available on the platform. You can review your answers. You can solve questions in this way. So day 1 of 10 days, first you are doing this. Then 3 days pass, you revise all the topics, you're doing more question practice, then attempt the second mock. Your marks will improve. It happens, okay? Your marks will improve. But it may not be what you want in your exam. So your mark will improve. Again, you will find out some new topic which was not there in the earlier mock, which you could not practice. You'll again find some other topic. Just revise it again. Follow this cycle. And by the time you practice the third mock, you'll be all set. You have faced the exam-like scenario twice already, or in the third mock. So this time, take up the mock exam. So let's say you have taken up the December 24 mock. Okay. And when you do that, you solve it, you give yourself marks, you can get it evaluated by me also. And then you see your improvement. Even if, there's no, visible great improvement. Let's say in the first exam attempt, you got 54. In the next one, you got 60. Here you have got 65. Let's say I'm taking reference to the numbers. What will happen is you become so comfortable with the thought of exams that you'll be like, okay, now I'm not going to panic. I know how I have to manage my time, because that is also a very important skill. I'll touch upon that in tomorrow's class also. So, you will learn how to manage time. So these all skills you develop. You will understand, okay, now I should answer section A question first. I should answer section B. I should answer section C question. So all of these experiments you can do before the exam. On the top, what if something is not working? How will you, react in it? So this you are able to do before the exam. And then when you go for the real exam, it's your 4th exam practically. Okay? Then it's going to be a cakewalk. Because I don't want you to write the exam directly, then you fail, and then you write the next exam. The exam, mock exams, you'll be like, now I have revised all the topics. I know how to solve. I know how to manage time. That is the strategy that you need to follow for the exam. Okay. So whenever students ask me, ma'am, what should be the strategy for the exam? Your strategy is pretty simple. Attend the lectures, solve all the questions, do at least 3 rounds of PR kit, and do at least 3 mocks. If you're able to just do these 3, I'm telling you, you are going to pass. Just be attentive, be regular. Just these 3 things. Attend the classes, understand the concept, because understanding the concept is the most important thing. Because question common will not come. If your concepts are strong, you can solve any type of question. So attending the classes, solving the questions, practice questions, and third is your mock. It's a 3-step, very simple strategy. You don't have to think that, something extraordinary you have to do to pass the paper and get world ranks. It is not like that. Very simple. It's just this. But you have to have faith in yourself that what I'm doing is right. I'm in the right path. I am, I'm going to be able to clear the paper. Having that positive attitude is very important. Because if you're always confused, always in that anxiety, I'm missing this out, I'm missing that out, you're not able to clear the paper. So with that positive attitude, just, we will start off our syllabus also tomorrow onwards. And that will set the tone for the rest of the classes. All right. Okay. So on that note, we'll pause here for the day. We'll meet you tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock. And then we'll continue our discussion. All right. If you have any doubts now, please don't feel shy. You can always reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining in today. Bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.